Hi everyone, Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Ottawa, Canada. And I usually come live on Fridays, but today it is a pre-recorded video. So I'm very excited because next week we'll be launching the new annual catalog, as well as some beautiful online exclusives. So Stampin' Up! Now offers two avenues where you can find products. In the catalog, there's the annual catalog, and then there's a fall and winter catalog, a smaller one. But there's also online exclusives. So the products I'm going to show you today are actually from the online exclusives, which will also be launching next Tuesday. So the paper that I'm using is called Floral Expressions. It is beautiful, bright, springy. I'm sure you're going to like it. Before I show you, just a reminder that my next class is the masculine card class. And I will be offering that class in person and to go. It is May 10th, but if you can't make it May 10th, you can make the cards anytime. I provide a video tutorial as well as a written PDF tutorial. So it's quite easy to make the cards without being here. And I design them so that you can add your own sentiments, but you'll get just about everything else you need pre-cut, not pre-assembled, in your little envelope ready for you to put the cards together. All right, back to Floral Impressions. It is 12 by 12 designer series paper. And the coordinating colors are Crushed Curry, Darling Duck, which is one of the new yellows, Fresh Freesia, Garden Green, Misty Moonlight, Old Olive, Peach Pie, Pecan Pie, Pool Party, Pretty in Pink, Strawberry Slush. Strawberry Slush is also a new in color. It's actually a returning color. We have had it before. So I'm going to show you the fronts and the backs of the paper. It's really, really pretty. Look at that. Beautiful. Really showcases the Darling Duck. There we have the Freesia and the Misty Moonlight. Beautiful old olive green. And then we have Strawberry Slush, as well as, I was going to say Pretty in Pink, but is that it? Pretty in Pink, yes, Pretty in Pink. Beautiful. This one again has the Darling Duck and the green. And then on the back, these are great coordinating back sides so that you can use them to complement the card designs. This one with all the ferns and the sunflowers. There's Pool Party, one of my favorite colors. And then this one is a potpourri of all the colors. Darling Duck, Timid Tiger, Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freesia, Strawberry Slush. So it's really, really pretty. And there we have Fresh Freesia on the back. So a great pack of paper that you could use to create quite a few cards. So I'm going to show you two cards today that I've designed using this paper. So the first one is a fun little fun fold, and I like the designs on this paper because they're large enough that you could fussy cut them out. I know not everyone loves fussy cutting as much as I do, but I do love it. Okay, so we have our card base, which is a 4 1/4 by 11. I don't often do them this way, but for this one, yes. Then we have Darling Duck, which is going to go here, and I need a new blade on my cutter. Then we have the beautiful designer series paper, which I've already forgotten, Floral Impressions. And this one's a bit of a fun fold. So we can go ahead and put this part on. I did check my glue before I started. So hopefully, okay. The white glue does not like doing videos, I'm convinced. So there we have our yellow. It's a bit of deeper yellow. Definitely different than Daffodil Delight. There we have our designer series paper with the green. Now for the inside, because this is a bit of a fun fold, we have this little piece that measures 4 1/4. Let me see, because I measured this wrong actually. 3 3/4 by 4 1/4, and then you score it at 1/4 inch. And we could just tuck it around the back, but I won't like the look of that, so it's going to go here, and then we're going to put another piece of white on. Seems like a waste, but I do not want this seam showing. Okay, which glue am I using now? All right, so let's pop this on right at the edge, and I want it centered top to bottom. So obviously I don't like the look of that, so I'm going to add, okay, another piece of white. You know what would have been fun is just add a strip of DSP, now that I'm thinking about that, but I didn't think about it before. So here we go. Now okay, I should have slid this out a little bit more to make sure that it's going to fold nicely, so I'm just going to redo that fold, because you do want it to fold on top. Okay, there we go. Now we have another piece of the yellow. It's going to go here. Just take your finger and rub it if you have those little furry ends. Then we have a piece of the DSP. I want this flower at the top, so I'm going to put it like this. All right, so this is my showcase piece. Now, I was going to use the sentiment pack, but I can't seem to find it. So let's go ahead. This little corner one is going to sit right here. You could also put another sentiment there. Make sure I can see. And then I'm going to put one flower right here. As a little surprise when you open it. And maybe, probably, don't need to pop this up, but I'm going to. So I have fussy cut out some leaves as well. Now, see, now I don't like that there. All right, we're just going to keep that one. Okay, so now on the front, I want to pop this up to give it some height. You can see all the different flowers. We're going to put some together in a little section. And we can go off the edge. You can see how this one didn't cut perfectly, so I'm going to hide that. Now let me, yeah, okay. That will go on here. So that will hide that little piece that didn't cut quite perfectly. And then I'm going to pop this up. This is peach pie. It's an interesting color combination. And this popped. Yeah, I think popped because otherwise we're not going to notice it with the other leaves down there. Today's a great day to be in my craft room because it's actually raining out. We've had a lot of rain lately. I think one more. And I might put those ones in here. And I will glue those flat. That one's over there. How about here? There we go. All right, we got a flower there, and there we go. And I was going to put one of those pre-made sentiments on here if I can find them. Just hang on. Ooh and ah at how pretty the card is. I have lost my pack of sentiments. Let's see if there's something in here. It's not a birthday theme, but oh, this might work. Celebrate. It's not really the right color of green, but we're going to go with it. All right. Let's just stick that in here. Celebrate. Fun. That's cute. All right, let's go on to the next one. We'll leave that right here. And this one is using one of the new embossing folders that's actually available now, and it's an online exclusive. And it is called Mini Corrugated 3D Embossing Folder. I love it, love, love, love it. I've used it quite a bit. I will say though, when you do emboss with it, it shrinks up a little bit, the size of your paper, so just you may need to adjust. Listen, it's really, you can see, really corrugated. Very well designed. So we've got this and this. This design I originally saw from Gail Ellis, and if you don't follow her, you should. She did a whole series of cards with this paper. And this isn't the one of the ones she did with this paper, but it is one of the ones she did with a different paper. And I just really like the layout. Sometimes when you find a card online, it's great to just keep it in your, keep a sample, and then you can use it with other papers. Okay. So you can see when we layer it up, because there is only one of these dies. So when you layer it up, you have that effect, but then if you put it on your card, make sure I'm in the camera here. And then you take a piece to go over top, then it hides it. All right, so I want this. Do I want these popped up? Yes, yes I do. Just seem to have my mini dimensionals over here, but that's okay. Paper's not very heavy. All right, so let's put this one on the bottom, and then we'll add some stems before we add all the stuff to the top. Okay, I'm going to turn this one this way because I want to make sure I get it where I want it. So with this embossing folder, you can kind of count the lines to make sure that you're in the middle. I think that's good actually. Might not be exact, but it's pretty close. So we'll get all these off. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to put this like this. I do want to add a few sprigs that are going to be underneath this green piece, but over top of this. So I just want to add the sprigs now. I think I'll use a glue dot, quick and easy. So make sure that you're not going over the edge of your card. I'm gonna use 2 different colors. I'm just gonna tuck this under to see how it's gonna look. I want this one a bit lower, I think. Which might mean cutting a bit of it off. Actually, I'm gonna stick that there and I'm gonna just rip it. You can be fancier and use scissors. Okay, let's try it again. Then maybe one more little one. No, I think that's enough. All right, so let's tuck this under. The reason I did that was because I want the stems underneath the green piece. So before I push this down, I'm just gonna make sure it looks okay. Yep. All right, now I'm gonna glue this, knowing that I'm not gonna push it down at the edges. All right. Now I've done some flowers in blue and fresh freesia. So I'm just going to add a few flowers. I'll add blue to this one. These flowers and these stems are from, and this diamond shape, are from a die set called Linked Together. And it's really pretty. It's got a really pretty little trellis, I want to say. Really, really pretty. Now that one is going to need a dimensional underneath because I've popped this up. And that'll help keep everything else together as well. All right, now let's add some fresh freesia. Sometimes I don't combine 2 colors together, but in this case I am. And I did put them on different colors, stalks. Again, we'll pop a little dimensional under there. There we go. All right, 2 and 3 is 5. I might just stick one under here. Yes, I'm gonna do it. So let's just try to tuck one under here. And I might use this bigger fresh freesia one. No, I don't like that once I showed you. Which is also from that same Linked Together set. I'm gonna go back to this one. Put one there. Ah! Oh, I think I have one over here. I do. Now, if I had my little sentiments, I'll show you the sample I made from the one I had seen Gail make. I used these sentiments. I'm having a card class today, so I think I might have already brought them. Actually, it's my team get together. I might have already brought them out to where we're working. All right, so I have all those done, and now we're going to add antique pearls to the middle of all our beautiful little flowers. And with the antique pearls, you can also take your blends and color them, but I'm just going to leave them neutral. Sometimes if the paper has a certain color in the middle of their flowers, I will color them to match the paper, but I think for here this is good enough. When I take a picture later for the blog, I will have a sentiment on it. Okay. There we go. It's really pretty. This paper is really quite pretty. Get these out of the way. Save those for another project. All right, so here we have Floral Impressions. Is that what it's called? Floral Impressions. Available next Tuesday, May the 6th, as part of the online exclusives. You won't find it in the new catalog. You'll find it in an online exclusive. So here's this one. Opens this way. Super cute. All right. Thank you for joining me today. I do appreciate it if you like or share my video. If you are on my YouTube channel, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button so that you'll know when I post new videos. And with the new catalog coming up next week, I will be posting more and giving you lots of ideas of products that you're sure to want to add to your wish list. Thanks and have a great day.